I would have thought you were a gentle parent, probably.
Really?
I don't know, but your kids are so well behaved.
Because I'm mean. I am the mean mommy.
Life as a mom, entrepreneur, wife, friend, and human is a lot. Join me, Katie Jacobs.
And me, Brandy Chandler, every Thursday as we have unfiltered, hilarious, and relatable conversations about the ups, the downs, and the chaos of it all.
Pour a glass and pull up a seat.
Because you're always welcome at our table.
Welcome to She Did What?
She did it.
She did mom culture because, you know, moms, there's a lot happening for us. And there's a lot of discussion. We like to discuss, have chats. So we're going to start because the genesis of this one was when we were discussing summer camp. And you and I are complete opposites. And I bet people would guess the wrong role for us.
Maybe.
So there are moms who are like, the summer must be planned. And I'm going to plan it out to a T. And there are moms that are just like, I haven't planned anything and we're a weekend. I want y'all to take a moment, close your eyes. Don't if you're driving. Keep them wide open if you're driving. In fact, stay very focused on the road. But I want you to imagine who you think is which mom. And I'm going to tell you you're wrong. I am the plan every minute of the summer. And Brandy has had her kids out of school. And what'd you say to me when I unlocked the door this morning?
I'm not saying it.
You nearly toppled into Cheeky
Beach. I
think
think I forgot how to be a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids.
You looked exhausted first thing in the morning.
There were a lot, but we're moving right now.
You're moving. That's a huge
We're
element.
having a family moment.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. I didn't know it was that deep. That would have made fun.
No, it's not deep at all.
Okay.
It's just the first week of summer. It's an adjustment.
It's always an adjustment.
We're adjusting.
And when you get back into school, for those of you who don't have kids who are in like full-time school, I want you to prepare yourselves because I had company over the second week of school being back in.
Oh.
And this is like after COVID, like my kids had not been in school for a while. And I had company. My kids were defiant. Like they were looking at me and going like, no. And I was like, who are you? It was so embarrassing.
They're just so exhausted.
It was so, when I tell you their behavior was horrific, I was horrified. I was embarrassed. I was fully shocked at times at how they were treating my husband and I.
That's the funny.
And then my
and you're so shocked you can't do anything.
Right. And my friend who was there that weekend, she looked at me, she goes, Katie, how long have they been in school? I said 2 weeks. She goes, girl, you never do anything the second week. You block that. And now I do this. On my calendar, I block that weekend off and I say, no company, no plans.
There is an author, Jen Hatmaker. I love her. She has a podcast. She has books. She's a wonderful personality. She has a post. Her kids, her oldest might still be in high school. The rest of them have flown the nest. Mm-hmm. So she's
wiser than me.
Yeah, she has the knowledge. Mm-hmm. And every year, and she has 4 or 5 kids. I mean, she's done the work. She has the experience. God. She does a first day of school post and it's like a reminder. Don't go to the football game Friday night. Yep. Don't make any plans for the entire weekend. Yep. Like sit down on the couches, get a movie, order pizza. Like you're all done. Don't even try it.
Right.
No back to school party.
And the expectation for your kids, like you've got to manage that expectation, right?
Because they've gone from running around all summer, having the time of their life to sitting in a classroom
no schedule.
All day.
Yeah. That's a very hard adjustment. And they're prefrontal lobes.
And I will say, I spent a few summers where we did all the summer camps and my kids were in camps all week. And it was just more work for me and a new schedule to have to get used to and who's here and who's there. Because my kids are far enough apart and they were different genders. They couldn't always go to the same thing.
Right.
Which is, I can't deal with that.
Right. Yeah, that becomes difficult.
And now I have 3 of them.
Right.
One's 10 years younger than
Sure. Yeah.
I don't have time for that. So
I get it.
We do mommy camp.
It's going well too.
It's a little lackluster. It's not quite as fun as the other ones. No, they do plenty of fun stuff, but we only do like 1 or 2 camps.
You
per
all are
kid
also
per summer.
moving. So
Yes.
that's a lot of work, and it's a family affair.
And
like,
we love each other, Katie. We like to spend quality time
so
together.
do we. Just not all the time. So I brought
Your schedule?
for my YouTube. This is what I do. So this is for my YouTube people because I work a lot of hours, and I feel like I need to know, like, to speak to that, like, where everybody's going to be. And it has to make sense at the top of the summer. So I start with our vacation time because retail is slower in the summer. So I start with our trip, which you can see on page 2. And then I work all the camps around that. And then I learned this a little later, that don't stack the camps at the front. You're going to want downtime at the front of summer. Stack the camps at the back when you're over it.
Yeah.
And you need something for your kids to do because they've been unstructured all summer, and you need them out of your hair because they're fighting and tearing up the house and tearing at each other. That's when I really, we do this really sweet, it's a nonprofit in Winterville, and it's Sweet Olive Farm.
Oh, yes.
I love Sweet Olive Farm, and I love cats
So many people
much.
love all of them.
And my kids did that camp twice at the end of last summer, and they loved it. They got to name animals. They learned so much. I grew up riding horses on horse farms, so I really believe in the power of what a farm can teach a child in terms of responsibility and having ownership and autonomy. And they just had the best time. So that's their last week. We'll be at Sweet Olive, and they're just doing a lot of sports camps. And my baby is too young. Look, see, I have emails here. Documenting everything. I mean, I'm
These kids are going to these camps.
they're going to camps. And then we screwed up a couple of the camps, so then we had to switch some things around. So camp is set and ready to roll. I have
it.
calendars.
You're
y'all.
such a good mom, Katie.
I'm really not. I just have to be prepared, or else my anxiety is mega keyed up.
You're doing great. Those kids are going to have so much
So
fun.
are yours.
Oh, yeah.
Mom camp is going to be awesome.
It's great.
Millie's riding her horses, and
Millie's been back-to-back horse lessons yesterday and today.
That's great.
She's got a little mini half-day horse camp next week.
oh, well, there you go.
I know.
There you
Little
go.
half day.
You got it going on. All right. So the genesis of the mommy war part of this is a little different. I saw this post and this is going back a while on Instagram, and it might've been on Scary Mommy or one of those kinds of Instagram accounts. And it was like, they posted something about, like, remember when, like, moms drinking wine was, like, all over Instagram, and it
Yes.
was, like, getting annoying. Like, I only have one glass of wine a night, and then they were, like, putting the whole bottle in a wine glass and stuff like that, which I think is, like, it's kind of gross too, but not untrue, but also kind of like, come on, like, let's not glorify and glamorize, like, overusing alcohol in a sense too. But the weed mommies came
back
into
with
this
a vengeance.
post, and they were like, you irresponsible alcoholics. And, like, it got really intense in this
Yeah.
post. And I think this is, like, even maybe I'm going back like a few years.
Yeah, this has been, this
So
one's
it was,
been,
but it kind of got on my mind. I was like, wow, there's, like, a whole thing, like, between, and then the wine mommies were pissed at the weed mommies. They're like, what you're doing is illegal. You could go to jail. And, like, it got so intense in this forum. So I popped some popcorn.
just
And
watch.
I just watched
Watched
for
it
days,
unfold.
save that post and then just go back to it, in a moment of, my life is, like, frustrating today. It's like, oh wait, no, it could be weirder. So anyway, this, the wine mommies versus the weed mommies. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think maybe what side are you on? Let me ask before I dive in.
Well,
I should probably
used
think about my answer. Responsibly.
Shouldn't we all? So I've never smoked weed.
Really?
I'm not a smoker. Mm-mm.
Never, not once. Not even when you were like 15.
Maybe a couple of puffs in college, but I'm I'm not a smoker.
Wow.
And
That surprises me.
I'm so chill.
When you go all weekend at Bernie's, you haven't had a little
No,
toke of the.
I don't take anything.
Okay.
I just try to de-stress. It's wonderful.
You got to teach. You
I
know
don't
what,
like-
Brandy?
I
Our
don't
live event
like-
is going to be you teaching all of us how to de-stress.
And I don't know how to do that very well either.
All right.
But I'm either on or off. I only have 2 levels.
That's true.
It is. It totally is. But wine, I love wine. I've loved wine since I was in college. I've never liked beer because it's so heavy. Like, I can only drink a couple of sips and then I'm like too full to eat or drink. But I do love wine, but I am getting the old lady headaches from the wine.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
You know, so I'm learning and experimenting with some relaxing gummies. I'm a gummy. It's a whole new category.
It is a whole new category.
Who saw this coming?
Me.
Like me, I was there for it. I helped promote it.
Those gummies can be my problem. My problem with here's I think where I struggle. To come off the high of the day, sometimes it is nice to have a glass of wine, or when I have gone like dry for a period of time, like a little whatever. The gummies and weed. Can we just talk about the fact that weed is so strong? I was talking.
I don't know anything.
I was with some friends who they're not Athenians. No one knows them here. They're friends that no one would know. So I can say this. We were talking to them, and they are big weed people. And I was like, y'all, my problem with weed is like so strong. Every product is so intensely strong. Oh, so like, it's just like, it's not even worth it for me because my paranoia will come in. Like one of my friends one night, we went out for girls' night and she had these like espresso chocolate beans. And I was like tripping. It was not fun. I got home and I was like, JJ, I think I need to go to the emergency room.
Oh my goodness.
I was so,
I don't
and he was like,
being
Katie,
out of control.
He was like, Katie, I will take you to the ER if you want to go. And I was like, I also can't be the person that goes to the ER for weed. But I was like tripping. It was not fun. I don't like feeling like that. That's not fun for me. And that feels like any weed product that like we don't have them, but like I've tried with friends or whatever. I'm just like, I don't like it. It's too much.
Yeah. I mean, even with a glass of wine, like one glass of wine, I'm good.
Yeah,
it's
but like I feel like I can control it. I feel like I know exactly where my limits are with that. And like I know where I'm at versus with weed. You could take 2 puffs of something and be like very messed up. And I don't like that.
Oh, no. That would be horrible for me. I could not deal.
I will tell you, when we were in Jamaica.
Well, you were in Jamaica.
That was some good shit. We woke up, had some of that. What is it? Blue Mountain there? What is the coffee?
Yeah, Blue Mountain.
Oh, we would wake up early in the morning, go out to the beach.
And you know what?
Roll a joint and
drink
have
like
some coffee.
4 coffees a day. That's drug. I mean, coffee is just legal.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
drugs.
I ignored all kinds of business stuff that was, people were texting, just ignored it. And I literally, I had a friend. So I had like a business situation going on and they texted me and they were like, hey, you never got back to me. And I realized I had read it and I was just like, I don't care. Delete text. Not
Katie's
delete,
moving to Jamaica.
I would honestly, on the way to the airport, I was like, I want to go get my kids and move to Jamaica. I love this culture. I love it here. I love the people. I love the island. I love how slow everything moves. I just loved it.
Island time, girl.
I was on island. I was also on vacation. So anyway, there are ups and downs to both, but I would say everything in moderation, including moderation.
Yeah.
And the gummies scare me a little too, because they do have like, I've had friends have bad experiences with them. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think it's like very much moderation.
Yeah.
The ones that I've had really good success with are the ones from Ritual that we were talking about when we highlighted them as our sponsor. That brand is good because it's not like you're not going to get messed up.
Well, and I noticed on the bottle, it says take like up to 4 or something. And I was like, man, Katie had 1. And you were so chill.
So chill.
It's like, I can't imagine 4.
Can you see me on 4? So I again, good and bad and everything. I don't think there's a war here.
No.
That needs to break
out.
Not
between us.
And I also think like don't judge other people for their experiences.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like
live your life. Just be responsible.
They're not harming
be a responsible
someone
parent.
else.
Be a responsible parent.
There's something for everyone, people.
That's right, sister.
Might not be your cup of tea, but maybe someone else enjoys it.
There you go.
This episode is sponsored by me, Katie, and my gorgeous retail shop, Cheeky Peach. Since 2010, Cheeky Peach Boutique has been styling the stories of women not only right here in Athens, Georgia, in our beautiful downtown location, but also all over the country. Through the years, Cheeky has built a notorious reputation for our obsession with customer styling and experience. From in-store personal styling sessions that are absolutely free to our personal styling services via Instagram, you are no longer flying solo in your fashion journey. We're the Southeast's largest independent retailer of Free People and carry other fantastic brands like Dolce Vita and Betsy Pitter embroidered designs. Mention the podcast for 10% off your next order this summer. Offer ends July 31st and is one use per customer. Visit us online at shopcheekypeach.com to set up a styling session and learn more, or follow us on Instagram at Cheeky Peach to shop our weekly try, or you can DM us with all your styling needs. Cheeky Peach, style for your story.
Ooh, which one would you think I was before you really knew me? I totally thought you were a gentle parent.
You did?
I did.
Oh God. And then you saw me and you're like, wow. Nothing
I
about
was like, okay, I can hang out with her now.
I would have thought you were a gentle parent, probably.
Really?
I don't know, but your kids are so well behaved.
Because I'm mean. I am the mean mommy. I think I threatened to ground everyone yesterday multiple times.
I know. I think other kids come to my house and they're like, wow, that mom is mean.
Yeah, me too.
And we're such a loud house. We all yell even when we're not mad.
Yeah,
mostly we're not mad, but
we are very loud.
Everyone's always yelling. We're just so loud.
So we're moving to a neighborhood. We've never lived in a neighborhood before. Millie is screaming at the top of her lungs outside, riding the sidewalk. There's a hump in our sidewalk right past our house.
And Millie has a very
the
high-pitched
thrill
voice
of summer 2024. She's screaming. And I'm like, Millie, be quiet. But mommy, I'm outside. I was like, well, now we have to have a neighborhood outside voice.
That HOA condo commando is coming for your ass. Karen is locked and loaded. She already has her visor on. She is ready to power walk to your house and fuck up your day.
I don't know how we're going to survive. But yeah.
No, let him scream. JJ, we were on a hike one time and JJ was like, shh, shh, shh.
Well, we've lived in the woods.
Let him scream.
So
it's gonna scare the bears and it's gonna, this is where they need to scream. Let them scream.
Yeah.
Our kids
that's
are wild.
what we're
They
used
need to be outside screaming.
They're used to a lot of nature.
Yeah.
And they're outside. So this is just different. But yeah, I'm
You're
a
gonna
mean
be the
mommy.
loud family.
I scare gentle parents too.
We have scared so many gentle parents. Gentle parents don't do well in our house.
Well, and some kids, actually with my boy, I'm more gentle with him because he's more sensitive than my girls.
You also have to know how to parent each of your kids.
So just talking to him does the trick. My girls are so hard to discipline. They're kind of like their mom.
Yeah.
I mean, I really have to get in there with them.
I will say, I tried a gentle parenting thing the other day because one of my children is very different than the other two. And the frustration with him is it's not going anywhere. And my tactics aren't working. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to be the definition of insanity and keep trying the same thing and have it not work.
Yeah.
And I saw this gentle parent thing. It was if you have a child that doesn't listen, try leading them to the solution. And children are looking for a leader. And I was like, okay, I'll give that a try. And it's worked. It's been working. So but also it's I don't always with two other kids have a hand to go, and I will take him by the hand. When he's struggling, I go and I grab him by the hand. I'm like, come with me. And I'll walk him over to the dinner table or whatever. That's not always. And I don't, again, everything in moderation. I don't think I should always have to grab a child's hand and lead them. Sometimes they need to get to that solution on their own. But if he's really struggling, or I'm also identifying, is he hungry, tired?
Yes.
Did he have an emotional day? Whatever. And it's then he's gonna need more of that. Mm-hmm. But if this kid slept in, ate a big breakfast, and he's just looking at me
he's
screw you, I'm not turning the TV off.
Yes.
We're gonna have an issue. And
I would agree with that. I mean, I try to parent appropriately depending on the situation every time, and they are different.
And you do have to assess them.
But generally, I'm a disciplinary.
Well, I feel a lot of responsibility being the mother of three boys. Mm-hmm. I feel them understanding yes, no, stop is very important. Mm-hmm. And we have a rule in our house. How many times should someone say no or stop? And it's once. And I had a group of boys actually over, and they were wrestling with my middle child, and they're older. And he had told them to stop twice. And I was like, y'all, everybody stops. It's hands off. When anyone says stop, and because Griff was getting scared. I could hear it in his voice. I was standing in probably making them a fourth plate of food or something. And I heard it. And I was like, they need to stop, because I'm not going to parent other people's kids at all. Not my job. If they're at my house, of course, I'm going to encourage good decisions, but I'm not here to parent your children. Mm-hmm. If they're going to act crazy and not be respectful, I'm not going to call them on it. However, if there's a situation where someone's saying stop and they're saying it over, we got to stop.
That's a
And
non-negotiable.
boys, I think it's very important because they are powerful and strong in many senses, and it could turn into a consensually problematic situation. And this is one of my fundamental issues with gentle parenting. Kids need to understand no and stop.
Yeah.
Because
All kids.
guess what? When they're in a bedroom with a partner and that person says no or stop, that's a one-time deal.
It's so important.
And if I'm like, oh, I've got to bait and switch my kids all the time, which is what I see a lot of gentle parents do. And I don't think that's fair to their children. I will say that. I don't think that's fair to kids, because when my kid's in that room and that partner says no or stop, it's not like, oh, here's option B.
Yeah.
Here's
it's just no.
here's door number 2. No, it's just no, and you stop, and that's it. The finality is there. So they have to understand that that is a final answer.
Yeah. And I feel the same way about like authority, like because mom said it, that's the way it's going to be, because there's always someone that's going to have authority over you, even as an adult. And I think they need to learn to respect that.
Absolutely. It's super important. I think just having respect, something that I think probably gentle parents do really well, that are doing it right, but like also it's really easy to do that wrong, I think, and like not teach your kids. You and I both know, we've had kids over at our house and you're just like, this child has no respect for anybody. They think that they are the main character in the script of life. And it's just, it's not thoughtful. It's not conducive to a person who's enlightened to the feelings and thoughts of others around them. It's not always that good.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit of it all, just like everything else.
Have you tried gentle parenting?
I mean, I've tried all the parenting.
Brandy!
I mean, I really have. I've tried all sorts of things. My children
That is so funny.
need a little bit of a firmer leader.
What is Josh?
He's a good parent until he's alone. Then he's like as strict as mom.
Is he so who, if your kids are wanting the more lenient parent, like if they're going to ask for something they think one of y'all might say no, who do they go to?
It totally depends on the situation. They know which parent is going to.
Mom, I want to stay up late and have some candy and watch a movie. What parent?
Josh, mom's
of
in
course.
bed at 7:00.
Oh, mom's already had her 2 gummies and 3
Josh
glasses of
stays
wine.
up with them on New Year's Eve. I mean, he's the late night parent for sure.
And then you're the early morning shift.
Yeah.
You're up reading your book at 4:30 in the morning. That's how you read so much.
Yeah, they know who to work for what situation.
Oh, kids are so good too. We don't give them enough credit. We're like, they're so even. No. They know exactly what's happening in the household. They are reading. I'm teaching my kids right now, you need to read the room.
Yes.
Like if we are like, it is time. You guys are tired. We are tired. Y'all need to get in line. Like we can't be doing, y'all need to understand, like, you can't walk into, let's say I'm convinced my oldest is going to be like a CMO. Anyway, that's another episode. But I'm like, you can't walk into a dang boardroom and be cutting jokes up when everyone's worried they're going to get fired. Like you got to read a room. Like they're about to downsize half the company, and he's like, hey, like, putting on like some JJ dad joke cheese.
How's it going today? What's your weekend plan?
Hey, what's everyone doing this weekend? Taking the kids to Disney? No, looking for a job. Helicopter versus hands off sort of plays in to the above.
Yeah, I would say I'm a little bit of both. I'm mostly I wouldn't say hands off. I'm definitely not helicopter though. I don't know where I fit into this situation.
Probably having 3 kids has made you less helicopter, right?
I've never been helicopter.
I was.
Really?
Yeah, with my oldest.
Just with the first, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I was a little more helicopter-ish. But at the same time, I always being an independent, growing up into an independent adult has always been, what I think we're striving towards. So I've always tried to encourage them to figure things out.
Yeah.
And go their own way.
I wonder if you'll be more helicopter now that you're living in a neighborhood, though, like more watchful.
Maybe. I don't know. I
Sorry,
don't know who I'm going to be now. Katie? It's a whole new Brandy coming out.
It's suburban Barbie.
What if I'm a room mom? Like,
what if
I've been a room mom
what if it's all
before.
been in you and it's going to come out?
I doubt it.
It's in you, coming out.
I have been a room mom before.
I'm so proud of you. Mm-hmm. And then you woke up.
Then I was like, this
and
is
then
a
the
lot
gummy,
of work.
and then the gummy wore off, and you're like, "Where am
I don't really work
Why am I
here.
in this classroom? Am I getting paid?"
Oh, I love a good room mom.
I love the room
They
moms.
take care of it all.
I love them. I was helicopter with my first, and by my third, I am like full hands off.
Me too.
I think I told you this story.
It's an extreme drop off.
It's an extreme. The other night at the ball field, my son, my baby, he's turning 3 next week, took off his shirt, took off his shoes. He's walking around on the dirtiest, nastiest, like sunflower seeds everywhere. People spit out and like gum. And he's like just walking around, eating some Cheetos. And he goes under the bleachers, and one of the moms of an only child on the team is like freaking out. He's under the bleachers. And I just turned around. I was like, I'm just going to pretend like I don't even know he's under there. And she's like worried about him, like very worried. And I just turned around and ignored it. And then in front of the bleachers, he went to run and he tripped and fell. And there were like 3 parents next to me that went, and I go, shh. Sorry.
He won't know. He won't
I go,
know.
shh. I'm like, you can't react.
No.
And you know what that kid did? He
Just got up.
right up, dusted himself off, and went and fed his brother a Cheeto through the chain link fence.
So
He did. I took a
kind.
video of it. Super
So
cute.
kind and loving.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's like a big fall off. If my
There
oldest son,
is.
none of that would have happened. Not a single thing.
Yeah.
And
think you
I
just-
also struggle to hang out with like parents who are very helicopter. It's like, I
Yeah.
just can't. I'm like,
Well,
please
because
let
I
the
feel
child.
like I'm constantly letting them down and being like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And they don't believe
fine.
me at all.
it's fine.
I'm like, it's
Did
fine.
we
She
already-
does this all the time.
You're like, you guys, he strips down and walks on sunflower seeds every weekend day. All the live long day.
My third is a naked baby too. She takes
Yeah.
those clothes off and you
They
can't get
love
them
it.
back on.
They love to take their clothes off.
Like just to sit
Good
on
for
the
them.
couch. She strips down. She's constantly in just her underwear.
Maybe she's a nudist.
I think she could be.
Good for her. I love that she's free
Maybe
like
that's
that.
the next mommy culture. Nudist versus clothed.
You know, it's funny you say that.
Oh.
I knew someone who was very strict on like their very, very little kids, not seeing them undressed. And I was like,
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing. I mean, we're like a naked family. Like,
so are we.
I mean, there comes a point
Sure.
where you stop.
Yes.
But when they're all super tiny, like everybody sees everybody.
Yeah. And I that was a conscious decision, honestly, because we had this conversation when our kids were very little with this person, and they had very strong feelings about that. And I couldn't help but think, I really want my children to not see bodies as something to be covered because it's a sexual being.
Yes. It's just your body.
I don't want them to see bodies as a sexual thing. I want them to see it as a beautiful place of like, obviously no one touch yours, but it's like a beautiful thing to have like a body that you love and that you're not covering up and hiding.
Well, and also
the
it's
time.
such a mystery. They're just like the Nintendos, like
Right.
you want what you can't have.
Right.
Like it's just such a mystery. That's all that consumes their thoughts.
Yeah.
You don't want that to happen.
Yeah. I have a really funny story.
About naked bodies?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was pregnant with Griff, so Johnny Lee was probably, I had him when Johnny Lee he was probably 2 and just learning to talk. And I was in the bathroom. I'd gotten out of the shower and I was like getting ready to change, and I was like pregnant. And so like not a lot of maintenance was happening downstairs. And I remember Johnny Lee like toddles in and he goes, "Mommy, you have spider."
Josiah was showering with me a couple of months after I had Millie. And it was like, Mom, why is your belly still so big?
He's like, "Is there another baby?"
Yes.
That's such a mom hack.
No, it's not.
I had a friend who was asking, her daughter was a single mom for a while, and she was like, "What does she do with the baby while she's in the shower. And the baby was old enough to sit up and like all of that. So put the baby in the shower with some cups and some toys. And like, that's how you shower or, you know, bathe or whatever. Like, and I think that's, I guess some people I think that's completely natural. We showered with all of our kids. I mean, like all of our kids still hop in the shower together after a ball game when it's 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, everyone in a shower. I'm making dinner, get your jammies on, eat, and we're bedtime, you know? So.
And before they can get in the shower with you, they're in that bouncy seat looking at you in the shower.
Yeah, they are. That's exactly right.
It's just a natural transition.
It is.
I'm curious what other people, what they're like.
Subculture.
Yeah, what they're, you know, everybody is kind of drawn to these. These are the ones we are naturally drawn to. What are the other mommy culture, mommy wars?
I think there's
drawn to.
I think one used to exist that no longer exists, and it is which I'm happy and proud about, is the working versus stay at home.
Yes, that one does seem to be in the dust.
Because no one says working dad, because no one talks about men the same way we talk about women, and I think that all moms are working moms. So it's sort of a really dumb term.
I think there are some corners of the internet where that might get attention still, but I think the vast majority of us have laid that to rest where it belongs.
When I'm staying home, I'm not chilling.
Top of this episode,
I'm not
I think
chilling.
I forgot how to do it. It's extreme.
It's so much. It is so much work. So, you know, we're all just hustling. And honestly, sometimes I feel like I do get a nice reprieve to be able to come to work. And I remember my mom telling me that my aunt loved to work, and she would go and she'd tell my mom, like, I can't wait to get in, open up my newspaper. She worked in the stock exchange, and she would like read over the trades, and like that was like, she just loved it. And she was ahead of her time because she was not embarrassed by that. You know, in a time when that was like, oh my gosh,
not what you were supposed to be doing.
Children. So that always struck me as something very cool. And also I'm very proud, even though it's been certainly hard at times when I've had to work a lot longer hours and more days in a row. I'm really proud that my boys get to see mom in this capacity as a leader and as someone who, is going to work every day. I'm proud of that. So, but I'm also really proud of the moms who get to stay home, because honestly, if you gave me the option today, I would take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to pick one in finality.
I would love to do 1 week on, 1 week
Yeah.
off. Wouldn't that be nice?
I like them all.
I'm going to work for a week and then be stay at home for a week.
Yeah.
And go into a job, I should say.
You
for a
should
week.
do it.
I think I might try it.
Try it for the summer.
I would love that.
Summer.
I can make it happen.
Cancel some of those camps, Katie.
Nope.
She said not happening. So I think the moral of the story is, let's just be nice to each other. We all have our reasons that we're doing what we're doing.
And don't be scared just because I'm not a gentle parent.
I won't
Please
yell
still
at
hang out
you.
with me.
Maybe.
Unless you get out of line. And then I'm definitely
The
yelling at
gentle's
you.
not working. Yeah, I mean, we just have to be accepting and understanding. You know, everyone's going through their own stuff.
And it's okay every now and then. Like, we live in a high stress, emotional time. We're getting hit over the head all the time. And as one of my girlfriends and I say, we'll just text, they broke mom. Like,
That's a good one. I'm done. I'm broken.
it's like they broke mom today. Like, I will just look at everyone. It's one of
It
those where you like start
happens.
crying. You're like, all of you
Well,
don't appreciate
and
me.
people should know that
And you'll
that
just go to your
happens.
room,
That's
and then
normal.
everyone's like, and you look at their faces and they're like, we broke mom.
Yeah. There are going to be times
There
where
are
you've
gonna be
all had it
times.
with each other. And
Yeah.
it's fine. Go to sleep, have a snack, wake up tomorrow. You'll be back in love.
That's exactly right.
Snacks are important, and sleep.
Gosh. Yeah, that's a good ending note.
Snacks
and sleep.
They will heal most things.
This is so true.
A little snacky, a little nappy.
snacky and a little nappy.
We're all new people.
Uh-huh.
So if you're feeling violent, snack and
Ask
nap.
yourself. Do I need
Well,
to snack
I am
now?
curious. I want everyone to tell us what their little personal mommy culture wars are.
Yeah, I love it.
This could be good.
I think it's going to be real good.
Yeah. Drop us a message. Let us know. Voicemail, Instagram, review us,
On Apple
or Spotify,
or
wherever.
wherever you get your podcasts. Go hit that YouTube thumbs up.
All right. We love you guys. You
Love
can
y'all.
do it.
Love
Have a snack and a nap.
Love all of the mommies.
All of them.
All of you. Each
No
and every
judgment
one.
here.
Nope.
Just don't judge us back.
Amen.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. We hope you enjoyed our conversation and can't wait to share another episode with you next Thursday.
Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. To keep up with the latest, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Podcast She Did What. We'll be sharing updates, behind the scenes, and announcements you won't want to miss.
And if there's anything you'd like to share with us, whether it be a personal story or feedback on our episodes, you can leave us a voicemail at 762-499-2201 or head over to our website, shedidwhatpodcast.com. Also, feel free to leave us a review down below. We'd love to know what you think.
She Did What is hosted by us, Brandy Chandler and Katie Jacobs, and produced by Studio D Podcast Production.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next Thursday. And remember, it isn't always easy, but it sure as hell can be entertaining.